It was 3 weeks before the wedding when my phone buzzed with a message. I smiled, expecting a sweet note from my fiancée, Sarah, maybe about flowers or dinner plans. Instead, my heart dropped as I read the words on the screen. Wedding still on, but I'm spending the last few days before with my ex for closure. I stared at the text over and over, unable to process what it meant. Closure before marriage with the man she was leaving behind. Why now? Why days before we were supposed to promise forever? I called her immediately, but she didn't answer. Instead, she sent another message. Don't overthink this, I just need to clear my head, everything will be fine. Fine, she said while I sat shaking with confusion and betrayal. I tried to breathe, reminding myself we had built 3 years together. But each second felt like a crack in the foundation I thought was strong. That evening, I drove to her apartment, determined to talk face to face. She met me at the door, calm, almost too calm, like nothing was wrong. I asked her to explain, and she said simply, I need closure. I told her closure doesn't come from going back to someone you left behind. It comes from moving forward with the person you chose. She shrugged, saying, I just need to know I'm making the right choice. Her words cut deeper than knives. If she needed to test our love this late, maybe I was not her right choice at all. I walked away that night without shouting, without slamming the door. I just left in silence, letting the weight of her decision sink in. Over the next days, I received scattered texts from her, updates, excuses, promises. Each one felt emptier than the last. My friends noticed my hollow eyes, my sleepless nights. I confided in my best friend Marcus, who said gently, maybe this is your answer. I wanted to fight for her, but I also wanted to respect myself. On the third night, I received another text. Almost done with this, I'll be ready for the wedding, don't worry. Don't worry, she wrote, as if my heart wasn't being ripped apart. I turned off my phone, sat alone, and thought about the man I had become in this relationship. A man who worked hard, who dreamed of a family, who gave loyalty without question. And I wondered if marrying someone who doubted me this much was truly love. The next morning, I went to the venue, spoke to the coordinator, and quietly canceled the booking. I called the florist, caterer, photographer, and told them the truth. It broke me, but it also freed me. That evening, Sarah returned, calling me frantically, asking why my phone was off. When I answered, she smiled, saying, everything's fine now, closure is done, we can move forward. I took a deep breath and told her there was no wedding anymore. Her face went pale, she shouted, asking how I could throw everything away. I told her calmly, I didn't throw anything away, you did the moment you chose him over me. She cried, begged, said it meant nothing, but I couldn't believe her anymore. My trust had been cracked beyond repair, and no vows could glue it back together. Her family called me furious, her friends texted me calling me dramatic. But I stood firm, knowing dignity matters more than a hollow ceremony. Days turned into weeks, and the anger around me faded into silence. Sarah moved on, still confused why I wouldn't forgive what she called a harmless goodbye. I moved forward too, but with clarity that love without respect is not love at all. Months later, I stood taller, lighter, stronger than I had in years. I built my career, strengthened friendships, and found peace in honesty. One evening, Marcus asked if I regretted walking away. I smiled sadly and said, I regret that I ever doubted my worth, but I don't regret choosing myself. Because marriage should begin with certainty, not with someone testing if the grass is greener. And I learned the hard way that closure is not found in someone else's arms. Closure is found in choosing your own dignity.